Good afternoon, folks. Today we're reviewing the new Mazda EZ-60 hybrid crossover. And just like with the sedan, I'll repeat the same words. This is the most sophisticated crossover Mazda has ever made. Sit back, relax, and let's take a look. So let's quickly run through the interior. I'll tell you the price a little later. I'm still a little shocked. Well, it's pretty fancy for the money, even compared to the Chinese ones. I mean with budget Chinese cars. Mechanical steering wheel adjustment. Did you notice? There are cameras instead of mirrors and a large screen. Let's sit and check the fit. I'm sitting straight, fist in front of my knee, and if I lean back, it will be 4 fingers. And in this position, I'll go back. Look, here's the button. I'm moving back. Okay, why did I slide back if I'm going to the second row? Adjust so that there are 4 fingers. Let's go back. For this price, which I will mention shortly, all the main premium features are at the front. I would even say that they are not just premium features, but by Western standards, it's simply luxury features that are at the front. So, we have double glazing. This can be omitted. I understand that simpler versions won't have this. These are all very decent materials, but here it's bare plastic. All is fine, yes. There are buttons, and this one is for exiting. The emergency lever is hidden over there. Moving on. Look at what the driver has here. Zero gravity seat with a footrest. But if I wish, and I have this button, bam. Now that's comfortable. And I could even take a nap. This position is very comfortable. You can take a nap or just relax. I press this button and yes, I return to the original position. Here we are greeted by a large 23-inch screen with 5K resolution. You can play games. There are some racing games right away. Let's skip that. There's no joystick anyway and I won't waste time on it. It's clear, right? If I want to go to the main screen, what should I do? Okay, I'm interested in the chip speed. This chip isn't the fastest. They gave us a great screen but skimped on the chip. It doesn't lag much, but there is a slight delay. Let's check the map. So that I could scold it? No. But it lags a little, just a bit. I have massage ventilation heating in the front, nothing in the back, heated steering wheel. Let's check this screen for squeaks right away. It seems not bad. There was a little something, but not too much. And it seems pretty good here. There are a few places where it squeaks a little, but I can't say that it squeaks loudly. Regarding materials, same as here. Not bad. Decent, a bit above average. The material isn't premium, but it's a bit better than average. Well, first of all, there's no covering, just rubber bands. Well, it's not great. It's just bare plastic here. Once you know the price, you won't have any questions. I'm intriguing you. I don't like the material itself. Well, you see how visible everything is on it? Well, it turns out that there will be constant fingerprints. I understand they wanted to make the design interesting, but they shouldn't have chosen gloss. We have HUD, let me show it to you now. It is clearly visible against the black Haval. There is a full-fledged map, wide, large, and bright. The same on the right. Press the button and the seat moves back. The large armrest is covered in fabric. There's some kind of cigarette lighter. I have the glove box. Everything is covered here too. For that price? Okay. Enough intrigue, I'll tell you everything right now. We are filming before the official presentation. There is no official price yet, but I've been whispered that they want $15,000 for the base trim. For the top trim, it's $24,000. And as usual, it might even be a little cheaper. There is a niche under the console, and there is a cigarette lighter there. It's a bare plastic. These are top 21-inch wheels. Quite impressive. Plus, Michelin Pilot Sport tires. 255 by 40. The clearance is 19 centimeters. Look, you can have a display. That displays the camera or a mirror. It's regular fabric. Sun visors. It's all one big touch-sensitive light bulb. The hazard lights and SOS button. Camera can be shut. And it has a full-length sunshade. In total, there are 23 speakers, and they are in the headrests of the front seats. What about materials? Where I'm running my finger, it's all artificial Nappa leather. Everything else is regular synthetic leather. This feels nicer than regular leather, but not as nice as Nappa leather. We have a sequential hybrid. The ICE doesn't propel the car, it just charges the battery while driving. A 31 kilowatt-hour battery. Not bad for the price, right? I think so. The engine has 100 HP though, 1.5 without a turbo. And there's one electric motor at the rear with 250 horses, going from 0 to 100 in 7 seconds. The front suspension is McPherson, and a multi-link rear, but it has adaptive shocks with CDC technology, which is not found in cars for 25K. Basically, almost no one has it. The suspension was designed by Mazda, and it's very much their style. The car is solid on uneven surfaces. I can't say that anything irritates or hits. No, nothing like that. It's just a bit firm, but it is quite sharp. Compared to Toyota, the Toyota will be softer and more wobbly. This car is sharper and more responsive. And what do I like here? Strong recuperation. That's nice. Letting go of the gas makes it brake. Of course, those 7 seconds are lacking. For those who are already spoiled, it's not enough. But these are electric 7 seconds. You hit the pedal, and even if it's 7 seconds, it pulls me instantly. It doesn't have any delays. It gives me that kick right away. I have enough lateral support. There's no gearbox here, so there's less to brake and service. What issue will definitely arise with this engine? The problem will be at high speeds. With this engine power, it won't perform well at speeds above 130 kilometers per hour, which is basically enough for the highway, but I would say that this car is designed purely for city driving. The battery range is 200 kilometers, capacity is 31 kilowatt hours, and for this price, it's good. And they promise on paper 3-something liters. In reality, it will probably be 4.5. Everything adds up, basically. 45-liter tank, and it will travel about 1,000 kilometers on a single tank of fuel. Who is its main competitor? I think it's BYD Song, the Geely Galaxy L7, Toyota RAV4, and Leapmotor C11. And against their backdrop, it looks quite good. In terms of ride comfort, it's firmer than all, but sharper too. However, keep in mind that the wheels are 21 inches with a 40 profile. These wheels will cost extra. The price is still unknown. If you want a softer ride, you might not need to spend more. A 50 profile on 19-inch wheels will also be an option. In terms of technology, it's probably the most advanced among the competitors. I think you'll agree with me. But it has the weakest engine, 100 horsepower. And since it doesn't push the car, it's a sequential hybrid. Forget about speeds above 130. Cameras replace mirrors. We should transition to them and get accustomed. And it's definitely a matter of habit. I've heard you get used to it quickly. But if you don't need it, here's another reason not to pay extra. It's quite an average seating position. I'd prefer to recline a little back. I would go far with that position. But it seems just average. I'm talking about the angle of the backrest. I can't say I dislike it, but it's just average. Nothing is popping out here. Anything else to surprise us? The light bulb is a physical button. It's just plastic. The back door card is the same as the front. But here there is already one pane of glass. The materials are the same as everywhere. They didn't skimp on this. There's a tiny screen here. What does it offer? It controls the climate and the sunshade. And you can move the right seat. Cool. Air. There is one USB-C port. Plastic. And now many will receive the information they've been waiting for a long time. Look. Here's its one-sized CX-50, purely gasoline-powered. And it's priced the same. Look at the difference in cars. Visually, I find it even more appealing here than there. Because I don't like big screens. I like this one better. But now we will only talk about the cost price of the components. This screen is much cheaper than that one. Materials. If that car has artificial leather, even if it's not the best, it's still pretty good. Here it's like in the Accord, like in the Corolla. I think it's the same in the Camry too. It's just like the sole of a sneaker. Just like the sole of a sneaker. And it smells a bit. And here's all of it. Interestingly, it seems that they didn't even cover it with anything, just bare plastic. Let me show you. Look, bare plastic. It's the same here, just a plastic. It's poorer in terms of equipment. It only has heated seats, no seats with ottomans. Why is that? The engine and transmission are made in Japan and brought here whole. Everything else is assembled here. This applies to all brands, including German ones. The Japanese economy can't produce it at a lower cost. It simply can't. Different wages, costly logistics, and expensive energy. They lack more modern equipment in their factories, unlike in China, where robots already do all the assembly work. This means that the cost price of this car is higher, and the company sells them at a higher price. As a result, you get an empty, ancient car at a high price. It also accelerates more slowly, in 9 seconds. Vibration in the steering wheel, you wait for the gearbox kickdown, and so on. This is not electric acceleration, not even close. There is no regeneration during braking. In other words, people are overpaying for these ancient technologies, and China's economy is capable of producing them more cheaply. Accordingly, there is a Chang'an electric motor and a battery from cattle. Fuel consumption is half that of here. Acceleration is faster, there are no vibrations, and there is no delay. And with the money saved, the EZ-60 has got more luxurious equipment. Probably like in the most luxurious Japanese cars. Everything here is cheaper. We have 19-inch wheels, not the 21-inch ones from the top model. And there's no projector on the windshield because it's too expensive. The rear door cards are just bare plastic. There's no screen provided here, just empty space. Ultimately, they inform me that this sedan is selling quite well, while all other Mazda sedans are performing much worse. And the pre-order for the new crossover is now higher than the sales of this model. We are promised a capacity of 380 liters on paper. There is an option to close it. They just took it off here. Seats fold down with a button only. Everything here is manual. Now I'll climb inside and check if I fit in there for those who like to relax somewhere outside the city. Since there is a battery here, you can easily drive out of town and sleep in comfort, knowing that it will last you all night with warm air blowing. I flipped the headrest, our old trick. Yes, I fit completely. The only thing is, I think it might be just a little too short for my height for me to feel comfortable. But someone a little shorter than me and another person like that here will be able to take a nap. To my taste, the front end is attractive, just like the sedan. I'm not very fond of the rear end. I think the car is interesting. That's all. Take care, guys. Good luck.